Welcome to this episode specifically for homeowners, where we talk about insurance and how to save a little bit of money with that. Welcome to Inside Real Estate. I'm Darin with PersingerRealEstate.com, and I have a guest with me today, Boren, who is an insurance agent here in Lake Stevens. Aaron, introduce yourself to the audience and let them know a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Cool. Yeah, thanks, Darin, first of all, for having me. My name's Boren. I own the Boren Agency. I got fancy naming.
You must have started that and not bought it. Right. No, someone else didn't start it.
Started at scratch.
Okay.
Yep, started at scratch. Here local in Lake Stevens, we kind of work the greater Lake Stevens, Snohomish County area. Where we do auto and home, life insurance, a lot of business, condo, HOA. That's kind of the type of insurance we do. Excited to partner with Darin. We've been doing it for 5 years or so. I've got 5 employees now, and so we're continuing to grow in the area, and excited to team up with Darin and share a little advice for you homeowners out there.
Yeah, and so the reason why I wanted to have Aaron on today is I talked to homeowners in the Lake Stevens area around Snohomish County. A couple of things always pop up. How do we save money? Property taxes are always increasing, so then you got to offset that somehow. Sure. And then the other thing is when I bring up insurance, because when we're doing this video, it's in the beginning of the year, and I always send out a letter to our database of here's some things to review and check just to make sure, a yearly checklist.
Yeah.
And insurance seems to be something that people set and forget.
Yeah.
And they never come back and look at it again. So I just wanted to talk about saving money, or at least reviewing, making sure you have the right stuff for your policy of where you're at in life right now. So one, saving money. You were telling me a little bit about this idea that you can either save money or save money later. What do you mean by that?
Sure. Well, the whole concept of insurance is that you pay a little bit each month or each year on the off chance that my home burns down, and now I need a real big check and a lot of money all at once. Right. And so you pay a little bit now to save the money later. And so what sometimes people get stuck on is saving that $5 or $10 a month now, which really adds up to very little if you think about it.
It's a cup of coffee at Starbucks.
Yeah, the things we spend $5 or $10 a month, right? Not a day.
Right.
It's a really minor amount, but what it can cost you in the future is tens, 20, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars, if there were a total loss. And so, we're amazed too. You mentioned that the consumers or homeowners sometimes don't know too much about their homeowners insurance, so they don't do that annual review that we suggest people do. And I'm constantly amazed by how many people I ask them about their homeowners insurance. They have no idea what their coverage is. They have no idea if things like wedding rings and all their tools and all of their bicycles and fishing gear, they don't know if any of that's covered. And not only that, they don't even know what they pay. Mm-hmm. It is a put in place and forget type of concept, and that's partly kind of what the escrow account is supposed to do, is pay taxes and insurance,
right.
And it is out of sight, out of mind. But that coverage is yours as the homeowner, and it's important that you at least understand what it does and what it doesn't do.
So your premium and your deductible, and I know these things probably aren't sexy terms for everyone watching, but if you want to save money, this stuff is sexy. So your premium and deductible are connected, and I do think that the good branding that ObamaCare did is they said bronze, silver, gold packages.
Sure.
And that's about save money now or save money later, because the bronze, you're saving money each month, but you're going to pay a much higher price if you find yourself at the doctor, if you find yourself at the hospital.
You bet.
And so with homeowners insurance, auto insurance, there's not really a package like that. It's just your premium to your deductible.
Yeah, deductible is a big factor, and so Darin, what you're saying is, if we do $1,000 deductible, which is fairly low and most common for a homeowner's policy, it means any damage that happens to your home, a small kitchen fire that ruins 2 feet on one wall and you could repaint over and you're done. We don't file a claim for that because it doesn't even cause enough damage to get to your deductible, right? And so, for some people, that deductible can be $2,000, can be $25,000, can be $5,000. We've written policies as high as $10,000 or $15,000 deductibles. You can imagine those policies are very cheap. And so again, how much do you want your insurance to cover? Do we want it to cover everything except $1,000 or everything except $10,000? And so the insurance company recognizes you've got more skin in the game, so to speak. And so, they back off a little bit with the premium and make things way more affordable.
All right. So if someone's still watching us and we're throwing around these terms, premium, deductible, insurance terms.
Yeah, sorry.
Not, what does that mean? I don't really get it. What's the difference? Let's just cut to the chase a little bit and talk about what they should be doing then. And really it would be reviewing their policy and what that means. And probably the best thing to do is sit down with their insurance agent and get that advice. So what does a sit down review look like? Can you just share a little bit be transparent of when someone comes into your office? What's that look like?
For sure. Well, first of all, there's a reason people like you and me have to be licensed, and that's because they're confusing industries, right? And a lot of the language is different. And so at least once a year, that's what Darin recommends to his homeowners. That's what I recommend to my clients, is at least once a year. Come spend 10, 15, 20 minutes with me. I don't care if it's over the phone or Facebook or Skype. I even do these reviews with people that aren't even my clients. If they know me and just have questions, I'll sit down with them, right? So, but what we would do is we'd go over your coverage, and you're going to see things on your policy that say coverage A, coverage B, coverage C, coverage D, and they're not going to make any sense to you. And what you can come in with me is we can play the guessing game, or the, is this covered game. And you can run by scenarios and what are your biggest fears, and do you fear your home's going to burn down? Do you fear an earthquake's going to happen? Are you in a flood zone? Are you afraid someone's going to break in and steal, your heirloom jewelry that's worth, $100,000 or whatever the case may be? And so everyone has different concerns, and I think the insurance policy in a lot of ways can be that peace of mind for you if you know how it works. And so we would go over the coverages, we'd go over the discounts, we'd go over what you pay per coverage, and then that's where you tell us if you've done any improvements on the home. Did we know you did, another 1,000-foot extension on the back of your house? Well, it's not going to be covered unless you update that policy. And so your agent or your company or your broker, they need to know improvements like that. Did your life change, right? Did you have children? Did you buy another home, right? So there's a lot of things and factors that go in and make everyone's scenario specifically unique. And so once a year, and I literally mean give us 15 minutes a year, and that peace of mind of what's covered, what isn't, will be there. That understanding of, I know exactly what I'm paying for, and I didn't want these coverages, so I don't want to pay for these coverages. That conversation can be had yearly as life changes, as your home ownership changes. It's important to know those things.
So I just think on wrapping this up a little bit, and you tell me if I'm wrong with this, but I think, because I've worked with a lot of business owners, and I see business owners do this where they'll step over dollars to pick up dimes.
Sure.
And I think sometimes as consumers, we get focused too much on trying to save money where it ends up costing us money. And that's kind of what the review you need to be looking at is, sure, you might be saving a little bit now, but is it going to end up costing you later in the future?
Sure, absolutely. And that's the whole concept is how much protection do you want? How much insurance do you want? How much peace of mind do you want? And the truth is, you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
And we understand that sometimes during buying a home, during all that process, sometimes isn't the best time to come sit down with an insurance agent because you're dealing with so many other things. Sometimes it is like that next year or 6 months later or a month later, go move in, go get your whole house, get settled, then call us. But you do need to know what your homeowner's insurance policy does and does not do. and that's where the agent or a local agent like me can help do that.
All right, so if the people watching have a specific question on reviews, premiums, deductibles, how do they get in touch with you?
Yeah,
Best way
sure.
to get in touch with you.
There's two ways. If you want to go to my website, aaronborenagency.com, there's a whole product library. Literally pages and pages and pages. If you want to do some self-study or some online research, we've put everything there for you to go watch the videos and do the homework on your own. If you want to get in touch with me, there's a link on there that you can just say contact the agent. There's a link that says, get a quote now, or you can just give our office a call, and any one of our staff are licensed and can answer any questions you may have. Again, I don't require that you're a client for us to give you any advice. So if you want someone to look over your policy and maybe you don't have an agent because you bought your policy online or whatever, please call us and we'll be happy to go over those coverages and break it down and answer any questions you may have.
Excellent. So a great way to save money and save yourself some peace of mind is just review your insurance policy and talk to someone like Aaron. So thanks for joining us, Aaron.
Yeah,
thanks for sharing.
Thank you.